Hello.
Hello.
How you all doing? We've got Elke here. She's saying hello as well. We're going to come to Elke in a second. We've got Travis that's hiding behind the dots. He'll be here too. And you're here. So I can see Tanya and Carmen. And do you know what? Sean, Shane, you're going to have to remind me which way to say your name. I know you're going to tell me. And Dave, and who else we've got on the third? I'm not sure we've got other people coming in a second. This is a Plus Your Business show. It's going to be not so much about Zazzle. I want to introduce you to Elke. Now, backstory to this, Elke and Travis, we were all together in San Diego. Elke was the first interview that I did in a series of interviews you haven't seen yet. So I'm just going to take a minute to explain what happened. And Elke hasn't heard this story, but I'm going to tell, and Ian, you're watching, so I'm going to tell you this. Right. So I'm in social media marketing world. I'm a speaker at the conference, and Google Plus, a lot of people are like, oh, Google Plus thing, and they'd seen announcements, and we know, people that know Plus Your Business probably know, it's been a ride, let's say that. So I was at the bar, and Ian, Elke's husband, says, what do you do? I said Google Plus, and Ian went, right, and then proceeded to buy me a sparkling water. So I went over and I stood next to, and I was feeling a bit kind of beaten by this point because I had a few. It's been you'll hear the full story again. It's been a rough few months, and I went over and Elke was there, and Ian's so proud of what Elke's done, and you're going to see why in a second. And Ian was there going, and this is my wife, and and I probably at that point was a little defensive, just a little bit. A little bit, because I was protecting the whole Google Plus thing. I'm there to speak at a big conference. Right. And Ian tells me that Elke has made over $100,000 using Zazzle consistently over the last 4 years or so. Well, more than 4 years. And it went in and went out. Right? So the next day, or the day after that, it may have been, or maybe on the Thursday, I then decided, due to a series of events that involves Chris Brogan, which you'll hear the story again, I decided instead of trying to get trophy interviews, even though Elke is, but instead of saying Chris and Joe Politi and Brian, I would simply walk the hallways and connect with people, have conversations with people, and say to them, you got 10 minutes? Do you want to come and have an interview? Travis is there. Elke's nodding, because this is exactly how it happened. We then get upstairs, and Elke was the first of 15. Travis was the last of this sort of approach. In other words, just going and connecting with people. And Elke, we're going to bring you up. I'm going to bring you up on the screen. What it showed me was suspending one's own agenda, trying to make something perfect, trying to get this perfect piece of content. When it involves other people, go and have conversations and connect. And that's what we did, wasn't it? And then we had dinner together that evening, and chatted more with Ian, and we've been in Hangouts together since, and you produced a marvelous post for Plus Your Business. And what I wanted to do is have everybody here connect with you, because you've done something exceptional. Do you want to give your history to first? Because you've got a very scientific background, and then you've moved into an arty, but you've applied science to the artiness as well, and been incredibly successful. So welcome, Elke.
Thank you. Thanks for having me on the show. And just to add to that, when we were in San Diego, that was the first social media marketing conference that I'd been to, and I'm shy. I'm behind the computer all the time, and that was our objective, was to get ourselves out there, meet other people, and exactly what you said, like just see who else has been living all around you while you're in your own little world, and look what it's come up with. I've met all these really amazing people, and yeah, it's just been, so it's a great piece of advice, and you never know where these opportunities will lead.
Awesome, that's great. So,
what do you want to know?
Zazzle? Let's start there. What did you do before Zazzle?
I have a PhD in biochemistry, and I used to work for the pharmaceutical industry, and I did that for a couple of years while I had a young family, and I was doing a lot of traveling and long work hours. I found it rewarding, but I wasn't happy that I was spending so much time away from my family as they were growing up, and I also wanted to look a little bit more into making it work that I could earn money being creative, because I have a creative side to me. You can actually see some of my paintings in the background. And I love doing that as a hobby, but I wanted to actually see if I could make that a business. So that's where I decided one day that I was going to quit that job, be home with my family, and make it work. And I tried a lot of different things to start with. Tried to sell my physical art on in physical galleries as well as online. And long story short, one day I came across Zazzle, and Zazzle was at that point they were promoting what's called an arts project. It's still it may not quite be in existence anymore, but it was a great opportunity to put my art online, and along with some other online businesses like Cafe Press, Redbubble, ImageKind. There's a lot of them, and some of them aren't in existence anymore. Others are, and so I decided that instead of physically selling my products, I would use the digital online world to have others produce the product once it was when someone wanted to buy it, and they would take care of the shipping and customer service and everything. All I had to do is provide them with the digital image, and then they would print it on a canvas, and in some cases the companies I went with provided more than just canvases and whatnot. And so then I started exploring that, and that's when I got into Zazzle.
Great. So for everybody, Zazzle.com, what is the URL to find you? Where can they see? I know people are asking to see the things. So instead of a screen sharing now, where can they find you on Zazzle?
Okay, well, Zazzle's a print-on-demand company, and the way it works for designers and artists is that you sign up and then you create a virtual store, and you end up getting your own URL. The URL will be Zazzle.com, or they actually have many international sites, but just go through the Zazzle.com site, and then it would be / and then whatever business store you set up as your username. So one of my main stores is Monogram Gallery, all one word. And if you'd like to, all the information and all the links are on elkeclarke.com. So that's probably the easiest way, because a lot of them are long URLs. That's one of many stores that I've set up to promote and sell various designs on the products based on niches. Or
Okay, let me just make sure everyone knows. Elke Clarke is ELKECLARKE.com, because I got it wrong the other day. Elke Clarke. Okay, great. So who do you think this is for? Is there still an opportunity there? You've done incredibly well, and you've learned a lot about the algorithms and how people find it within the Zazzle ecosystem, within the site itself, but also for Google search. Now, people watching the PYB show, they'll love that because they're very interested in search often.
Yeah.
Is there still the opportunity? Has this passed? Can you still learn how to optimize?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, well, I've been doing this for 7 years now, and Zazzle's changed and evolved during that time. Some things were struggles to get through, but on the other hand, they also provided more opportunity after. Sort of, it's like, oh no, what happened? And then all of a sudden, everything is even for the better. What Zazzle is doing is constantly improving how people can find whatever they've got online to sell, and there's billions of products that people have their designs on. So that's the trick, and always the key aspect. So what you can do is you can use titles and descriptions and tags on each one of the products that you publish, and that is the key to helping people find your designs on the products, not only within the Zazzle marketplace, as they call it, which is the general search on the Zazzle.com store, but also, or our website, but also for any Google searches. So, for example, I put my name because once you publish a product, it's copyrighted, because just in the essence of the day you publish it is the day it becomes a copyrighted product, and so I say Elke Clarke copyright in most of my items that I publish in the description. And so if you now search Elke Clarke, many images will come up just as a Google search, and so people can find me that way. But it works the same way with whatever other product or key tags you want to use, baseball or weddings or wedding invitations, whatever your subject matter is that you're actually publishing a product for, that you will use to, you'll use the keywords that obviously fit towards that, that are best suited, and then if it's actually a match, like if you say wedding invitations but it's really a Christmas card, well then, it just as with anything else, that's not going to rank very well on Google. But if you have a bona fide wedding invitation, and if you want to go one step further and say rustic wedding invitation, well then if that image matches, then you will definitely be pulled up in search, not only through text but also through images.
Yeah, okay, so do you use keyword research at all for the volumes? Because we spoke yesterday,
Yes.
didn't we? And the first thing I did is go to Google AdWords, and we just quickly explored what we were going to call the blog post, which we put out, which was on Plus Your Business, and we went for how to make money online using Zazzle, because we knew that had a lot of people looking. So do you go and do the keyword research when you're choosing rustic wedding invite? You do, yeah.
Yeah, definitely, because that's the whole point. Is here you've got this awesome design that you've decided you're going to put on wedding invitations. That's one area that I do a lot of business in, is wedding invitations. So and now you have to know the industry. You have to know, okay, rustic wedding invitations are popular this year, very popular, and then now you've got a wonderful design. How is this design going to be distinguished from the like tens of thousands of other ones that have been put on and will be put on in the future? Because that's the other thing. You want to make something that's an evergreen product as well. You want to do something where if rustic wedding invitations are still popular next year, you want that to be found even then. So you just do the searches and you see what keywords are best. And what I like doing is some one-word keyword tags, some two-word, some three-word. You're allowed up to 5 in a section as one tag, and so that goes towards the long-tail searches that Google's now going towards, which is really great. And so then your stuff will be found more easily, both within the Zazzle marketplace. When a customer says they want to come to Zazzle and buy rustic wedding invitations, then you want to say, okay, lace or rustic wedding invitations lace or something like that. So then you'll know that that will get pulled up. And then there is a bit of an algorithm as well within Zazzle. If you've sold a product or whatnot, that maybe you would rank a little higher. You would be on the first or second page. But the key point is also to get searched outside of Zazzle, because you're using Zazzle as an amazing business opportunity, because you're creating your own virtual store with products, but it's not within the realm of Zazzle. It's first of all, it's international, and it's online, so people online can find you either through an image search or through your keywords with text, and then that's bringing people to the site just through those keywords. Now there's other options as well. There's like, you can create external websites, you can blog about it, you can talk about it through social media and whatnot, but honestly, I have a lot of those things going, but the most successful is actually to do the correct descriptions and tags and keywords, and so you're using Google to its advantage.
Awesome. Now, there's I've got lots of bits there. So the first thing, let me just put this, if you've just tuned in or you just got, when Elke says she does a lot of business, I want to put this into perspective for everybody. You can correct me if I'm wrong.
Okay.
You're one of the top 10 sellers on Zazzle in the world.
Yeah. The way that works is
it's amazing. No wonder Ian's so proud of you, because you've done so well. You know, because there's no money down, is there? That's the point. This is from a zero start, zero investment. Your creativity, you learning the platform, and now you're showing more people. Which is great.
Yeah, well, that is really wonderful, because it truly is. Anyone who is listening right now can go right now and start a store. You have to put some thought into it a little bit, but yeah, it's free to join. You need a computer, you need internet, and you need creativity, and the only thing you're investing is your time. And then you have no inventory. You don't have to deal with customers. Zazzle has a great selection of products to even put your designs onto, and then the company itself takes care of production. Once a customer buys it, they ship it, they bill, they take care of customer service, and they have 100% satisfaction guarantee. So it's amazing.
So it takes it out of your hands. It allows you to do the stuff that you love. But you've got the arty bit, but you've also got the science bit, because you've learned and you've practiced and you've got a method, because you said you understand the algorithm. Let me jump. I'm going to come to some tips in a sec. But Travis, I like Travis's t-shirt today. Look, it's bright and it's all good. What are your thoughts? Because you're a creative.
My thought in regard to what?
I don't know. I'm just keeping that open.
You just say again?
I'm just letting you speak.
Oh, well, thanks. Hold on. I need to switch something. I'm getting an echo.
Are you? We're not getting an echo. But we got these two. I quite like that angle. It's a bit different. But he's just
there we go.
Live TV. Hi,
yep.
Tim. Thanks for pinging people in. I can see that people are going, hold on a second. A few other people should see this. I think you should know that. And yeah, it's international. It's international. There's different sites. I think it was Michael that was asking. So it is international. It's not just a local thing. So you can ship internationally.
Well, that is the most amazing thing. I'm sitting here in near Toronto on my computer, and I'm selling to Dubai, to China. Japan, Taiwan, Hawaii. I have a lot of Australian customers. It's amazing. And if you put on your site that you have a contact email, then you can get emails asking that customers ask me to do custom work for them. Wow. No problem, and then we communicate back and forth, and so you just get some amazing opportunities. All of a sudden, you have an international market that you can present your information to or your creative designs, and that was what was missing when I was doing this locally. Someone wants my artwork. Now, if they can see it as much in one time zone as another. So, but what I also really thought was interesting was the variety and scope that Zazzle offers. You can stay a true artist and just brand yourself as an artist. And I do have a website like that or a store like that on Zazzle, but actually what I ended up deciding to do was a bit more interactive and my love, which is weddings and special occasions. And so you've got this huge scope of how you can brand yourself, what products you can focus on, and there's no limit to how many stores or how many products you put up. So you can have a few, or you can go crazy and have over 1 million products. And the more products you have, the more chance you have of selling something at one point, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, let me just say to everybody, I know everyone's sitting there going, this is, and that's what I wanted, is to open up the possibilities, knowing that Elke's here. There's a Plus Your Business, there's a blog just come out now on Plus Your Business, and if you're watching this in the future, then just search for Zazzle, and it will come up with that blog post that Elke's written herself. And there's a link in there. If you click on that, and she's got a free PDF download, and she'll probably have a course that will come up in the future, because we've been talking about that, and I'm really encouraging because she's got such great knowledge. So there's lots of resources, lots of free resources on Plus Your Business, and also a guide that she's put together because she knew that people would want this now. So that's that. Now, Travis, I'm not going to ask you any questions because obviously, oh, you can.
I have a question.
Go on.
I have a question. Now, this was brought up with some of our past guests in terms of having your products on a different platform. Are you driving people to that platform and selling directly from there, or are you pushing people to your site and selling from your site?
Well, that brings up a secondary point. Most of what I've written in the blog post deals mainly with, or actually completely with, earning royalties, which are whatever I make off of a sale. But there's also a secondary option, is you can become an associate of Zazzle, which actually you become automatically. There's no entrance fee when you sign up. And if you now promote something, anything, not even just your own products, on an external site, or by email or Facebook or social media, and then you bring them to Zazzle, a cookie is on their computer, and then they have 45 days to buy something, and if they buy something, you actually get commissions, or it's called a referral. And so so that brings up a whole another aspect of a possibility for earning. At this point, I do have an external website, which a couple actually, but the main one is luxuryweddinginvites.com, and so that's what I'm exploring right now with that. I'm showcasing not only my own products, but other amazing Zazzle wedding designers, and some of those invitations you can only get on Zazzle, because that's where these designers are sort of loyal to, and so it's a fabulous way to showcase designs by others and then bring them to Zazzle so they can purchase it. So I hope that answers your question. But yeah. There's multiple combinations and permutations that you can use to sell on Zazzle and earn money on Zazzle. So you can do your own artist creations, or you can actually, you say, hey, this sounds really great, I want to get involved in this, but I am not a good artist, or I'm not creative at all. Zazzle has, I think it's a 500, like a huge number of brand names like Disney, Marvel, all the photo sites are on there, like National Geographic, whatnot. So if you have like a love of something in particular and you're writing a blog, you can just sign up for on Zazzle as an associate, and then you can actually just bring a link to your blog so that they can then go to Zazzle and you can direct them to specific products, even all these brand names. They don't have to be yours. And then if someone buys, you receive a commission.
So the community there can basically helps to affiliates sell each other's products if you desire.
Yeah,
Very
and
cool.
that's the other thing. There's over the website lists 619,000, but I'm sure it's more than that by now. These are all the unique designers that are on the Zazzle registered as a store. But as I said, I'm sure it's even more than that by now, and they are, for the most part, amazing people. They're all artists like myself, or people who are interested in a passive income online opportunity, and they are such a great community. They help each other out. They look out for each other. It's awesome. And that's the whole premise behind Zazzle in the first place. They are interested in not only all the designers that are on there, but the customer, and allowing the customer to have all the tools at their fingertips to create unique products for themselves.
Very cool.
And so that philosophy follows through in everything, and it allows people to provide opportunities and even make opportunities that maybe weren't even there at the beginning. And Zazzle is always evolving, and I like that about the whole company. They've got some great values in the background, and they're also giving and doing things that are charitable. They're always trying to source things for people, like when there was that time where we wanted to make sure that there was made in the USA, they were doing that, and now they're working on a project in Kenya where they're helping mothers become a maker to help their kids go through school and earn a living. And now with the unfortunate earthquake in Nepal, they've got something going on there so you can actually just post your designs and give to their fundraising by putting your designs up and hoping they sell, and then all the money goes towards their Nepal efforts. So I like that. It's very good.
It's amazing.
Oh, I've got some comments online.
I'm just saying, everybody impressed. I can see Michael saying very impressive, and I brought up Monica as well, an inspiring story, which is exactly what I wanted. So thanks for everybody for relating well. Thanks to Elke, and you can see. Let's see. And this again, you said something which I know Mary and a lot of other members will relate to, which is community. It's the role of community. Now, we've only got 4 minutes, Travis. We're going to have to run through. We've got tips for everybody, which we usually do earlier on, but we've been rolling with it. So if you bring up the tips, and then we're going to move into the last couple of minutes.
Let's do it.
Thanks, everybody. Super quick. Here we go. This is a level 2 tip. I didn't do a level 1, did I? So level 2, obviously this week we've been talking about circles, talking about collections in particular, and the relationship between the two. That's been with some people in the academy, but there's a post, go and check out about collections. It's going to keep on going. My best advice is it's still early days. Don't go crazy on setting up lots of collections. Circles still are very, very powerful, so you want to make sure, I believe, that you are building those opt-in lists, because we haven't got a notify me yet on the collection stuff. Okay. Circle scope, circle count, and nodex. Level 3. If you're in the academy level 3, we've got all of this in the members area, and we've got all of the instruction guides. But more than that, we've got discounts, and we've got weekly coaching sessions now on a Tuesday in the academy. So Christina Graff did one on circle scope and circle count this week. Nodex, we did one the week before. I don't know what we've got coming up next week. Maybe Scribble. So we've got those sessions to help all members there. Number 4. Are you producing enough content? Nag is what that is. That's a nag. Just take that, people in level 4. You know I'm nagging you. Also, well done to Melinda and to Nick and to, who else was this week? Tim, posting engaging content into the main Plus Your Business community. That is a privilege to be put in place for Academy members. You get engagement, which is great, and some tracking on stats as well to see the reach, but we'll come more onto that again. So well done on that. We've got level 5. Have you connected? Interesting enough, for the level 5s, this is something which I interviewed Zoltan Istvan the other day. When you connect with somebody, you know, you feel it. The connection's there. And Elke, that's what happened when we did the interview, essentially. Thanks, Travis. That's what happens, isn't it? Is when you're connected, people take the call, you take the call, and it just allows the relationship to flow and you to have conversations. It's really simple, but sometimes in a digital space, we're looking at other things. We're looking at metrics. We're looking at traffic levels. It's actually connecting with people is what matters.
And we also have a level 5 card.
Oh, we got level 5. We've got a level 5 card. Let's bring it up, which is,
all right.
Who's the level 5 going to be? Which is Elke. As I said, this is one of the most inspiring, impressive stories that we could tell right now. Look at this. No money down, and she's allowed her creativity to create herself a 6-figure income. She's a little shy about this, but I'm encouraging it because I just think it's a wonderfully inspiring story. And Elke's around. I know, Ian, well done. Thanks for watching. Well done for everything that you've been around this. You're part of this story as well. So I know that he's a super guy. So if he's on the event thread, come and say hello to people because they'd like to connect with you as well. And the community is a community here in the same way as you have the Zazzle community. And I want people to know about you guys because you're super and you've got an exceptional story. So
well, we're a good team.
And you're a good team, yeah. No, I can see that. It's great. Those interviews, the relationships that I've ended up with because of those interviews has been fantastic. And it was a great way. And so Travis, it was a whole journey. Everyone's going to be waiting for the whole journey to be told, which I can't tell yet. I have to wait for a few things. But it was a bizarre time, and everyone's going to get really.
And it was amazing people. I have to say that was the first interview that I think I've shot where almost every person that was interviewed said somewhere along the line in the interview, "That's a great question." And I like hearing that. That's a good sign of a good interview. So. Yeah. Well done, Martin. Well done.
Good. Thank you very much, Robert. Thanks to everybody. Thank you so much to Elke. ElkeClarke.com with an E on the end. That's where you find it.
Yeah, there's a free book there.
There's a free book. We've got the blog post on PYB. You're going to get the link to that as well. And thanks to Nikki and to Mary and to Tanya and to Boyan and Monica and Michael and David and Sheila and to everybody else watching. And thanks to Ian, who's lurking in the background. You can come and say hello. Take care. We'll see you all next week. And thanks, Travis.